making it happen. You understand what I'm trying to tell y'all? I had some issues going on, had some things I had to take care of via the family, man. So that's why we hadn't gone live in the last 2 days. But I'm going to try my best, my hardest, not to miss any more days, my peopleizations. You dig? I actually missed a couple of, interviews we were supposed to have, man, but it's all good. We're going to be back in the saddle, man. We're going to get it done. You heard? So salute to my peoples, man. Salute, salute. What's shaking? What's shaking? What's shaking, man? My peopleizations, man. Salute to my brother around the world, Dane Watson, Dimitri Cohen, New Jersey, Big Snackpad, TBABTMC, Carl Lillavoice, Arturo Shadi, salute, Vado Newton, Tony Boswell, Demolo the Plant-Based Pugilism, David Scott III, Stefano Martinez, salute, Talib Cunningham, what's good? Stephen Lamonte Hawkins, salute. What's good, my peoples, man? Jason Elliott, what's good? What's good? Smash that like button as y'all come in, man. We gonna get it going, you heard? Salute, salute to my peoples. Mr. 21 Strong, Eric Adams, salute, salute. What's good? What's good? It's a slightly different format as well. There's some things they upgraded, so we in the building, man. We in the building. We in the building. Miss Boston, peace and blessings, Queen. Lamont Brown, 75, salute, salute. What's good? Salute, what's good? What's good? Kwane, salute. What's good? The super chat should be there. I don't know if the super chat is there. You guys got to tell me if the super chat is there because I don't know if it's there or not. Different format. Trying to, get it. Boxing and barbecue, salute. The super chat is gone. I know y'all saying it's buffering, so on and so forth, man. Am I buffering to y'all, man? Because I'm not buffering on my end. It's good on my end, man. Yeah, Samuel Essett is there. Let me see. Samuel Essett is there. Not no more. You good now? Okay, okay. Yeah, smash the like button, my peoples. Get the likes up. Matthew Valentine, LV Live, Marcos Cano, salute, salute. Smash the like button, man. Okay, we good. Smash the like button, man. Harlem in the building. You already know what it is, man. Smash that like button, my peopleizations. Smash it. Dane Watson, what's good? Salute, salute. Says buffering, but we can hear you. Yeah, I don't know why is it doing that, man. I don't know why. Tyler, salute. Ty King alive. What's good? Shake. What's shaking with you, King? Salute. Nitty G, salute. We're gonna get into this, man, because I see everybody was talking about it. the whole Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence saga, you know, who's to blame, so on and so forth, right? LV Live said, I need that wrench. I don't even know if I could wrench people up. I can't. You got to leave a P. Machinio, salute. Taco K, salute. Shadow 979, salute. Gabe, G5 Gabe, salute. You got to go leave a comment. You got to leave a comment in the chat on the past episode, and then from there on, hold on, that's the brother Kurt. What's good, Kurt? I'm good, brother. I sent you the link. Yeah. All right. If it's not, then you know we do it the other way. All right. Solid Child, salute. That's the brother Kurt, man. Trying to get him in. You understand? You understand me. Y'all understands me. So I see a lot of people talking about this. You know, it's the talk of the town. You know, everybody wants to blame this person, blame that person, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, we're going to get into this, man. We're going to take callers and all that. You dig? You dig? But say it take less. Sound good. Sounds good. My wrench is gone, Blue. Demolish the Plant-Based Pugilism. It's a different channel. You gotta go. You gotta leave a message. Kel C, salute. You gotta leave a message, a comment on the other on a past video. Go to not this one. Go to an old one. Leave a comment there. I can't even see the super chats, man. So yeah, so you got to leave a comment on the past live stream. Leave a comment there, and then I'll be able to rent you up through that. So this is a different stream. I know you see me. It popped up, and you probably clicked on, and you're like, yeah, I'm here. You know, but you got to go to it's not the same channel, so you got to go to the other channel. Dig what I'm saying? It's just boxing. Salute. Stanley Bailey. Zaza Brown. Peace and blessings, Queen. Stanley Bailey. Salute. Joe Brown. Salute. Tackle Jones. Salute. Salute to my brother David Scott III. He said $2 super chat. Salute to you, bro. CSM HBJ Dog. What's good with you, my brother? Oh, my brother Kurt is here. Yeah. Kurt, what's good with you, bro?
Blue, what's going on, man? What's going on with you, man? What's up, chat? How's everybody today on this Wednesday evening? What's good, everybody?
Man, we finally got back and running, man. I want to apologize to you, bro. You know, I got a lot going on, trying to reconstruct the bathroom. The wife got tired of me prolonging it, man. And then I took my daughter to the DMV to get her license on Monday. And that DMV wait, man, that was something else in itself, man. So we missed, we missed a couple of special guests, but I'm gonna clean that up, man.
Hey, man, we back on track, man. No need to apologize, man, because you know, in life, man, things get hectic and busy, man. Things happen, man. So hey, you know, we've been consistent, you know, but you know, we miss a day here and there. No big deal. You know, we got special guests coming up. We'll have more. I was talking to Harvey Doc, who just did the Triple G and Derevchenko fight, and when he said he'll jump on the show in the near future, because I haven't talked to him in a while. He does all the big fights. That's a good friend of mine, so we're gonna have him on. You know, and middleweight prospect named Ian Green out of Paterson, New Jersey, with a record of 11 wins and 2 losses. You know, he suffered a tragedy. I was talking to him today, so we got some things cooking up, man. Great show, man.
Oh man, yeah, that's gonna be have Harvey Doc on him, man. We're gonna have some more special guests, man. On on Monday. Next week, guys, hopefully the internet work, Kurt. Hopefully everything goes smooth, because next Monday, I'll be at Deontay Wilder's gym. I'll be with him the whole week, man. I'm gonna go from Monday to Saturday, so every single day we'll be at the gym. You know, we'll have some questions, all of that. I'm gonna try to go live from the gym, you know. So I'm gonna have the other channel, you know, focus on live, and then we'll be live to take the calls and everything. So that's how I'm trying to set it up. So I will be there the entire week. I'll be there Monday through Saturday. So we're gonna get it in, man.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Hopefully, you know, God willing, the internet will be fine, and man, and you be coming live from Deontay Wilder's gym, man. That's a treat right there, man.
Yeah, and I'm you know, we know he's gonna spar. I don't know. I'm not probably most likely you guys are not gonna be able to see the sparring, but you know, I'll be talking about it while we're there. You know, oh man, it's gonna be a great time, man. It's gonna be a great time, man, and we're gonna keep building, bro. I was
yes,
guys, we missed this week, man, but I'm gonna get them back next week. I'm gonna try to have special guests on next week. You know, I'm thinking maybe we could try and go do the show live on Saturday again this Saturday if you're available, because we missed so many days, man. You know, so we could just keep it rolling, man. Keep it rolling.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I'll be available Saturday, man. I mean, we got some good fights coming up, man. Next week we got Vosnick and Beterbiev, man. That's a fight nobody's talking about. And the week after that, man, we got Prograis and Taylor. Oh man, that's a great fight. Maybe fight of the year, man. So, you know, I can't wait, man. Got some great fights coming.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. We got a lot of fights coming, man. But I want to ask you this, man. James Ali Bashir, man, he was rushed back to the hospital. He had bleeding on the brain, man. You know, his sister's asking for everybody's prayers. What's your thoughts on that?
It's just a tragedy now, man. And, you know, like I said, he's from where I'm from. I know him very well. You know, we used to talk a lot when they used to have boxing cards at the Robert Treat Hotel and here in Newark, man. You know, the legends come out. You know, Yahya is a trainer. Doudrop is a trainer. Along with Bashir Ali, he's probably more popular than they are, you know, because he trained Klitschko and Usyk early on. It's just, you know, people are sad because, you know, they're hearing he's not doing well. So they just waiting to hear the results. You know, they want him brung up on charges, man, you know, that the perpetrator. I don't want to say his name on air, but, you know, if you know, many people know who he is now. You know, so it's just a tragedy, man. It'd be sad if he go out like that, like this. He don't deserve it. He's 71 years old, and just pray for his a quick recovery.
Yeah, man. You know, I saw a lot of people making videos. A lot of people had different thoughts, comments, because, you know, his actions, and, you know, he had put his fist in Claressa Shields' face, and then he actually touched on the cheek with his fist. You know, he's going back and forth with her sister, you know, and a lot of people, and again, I'm going to let you guys know this. I have 5 sisters and I have 4 daughters, right? And I have a mom, you know, who luckily is still with us, right? So, you know, I understand the respect that you're supposed to have for women, but this right here, we're dealing with sport, and I'm not making an exception because I look at it like this. We want women to be treated as equal as men and to be seen as men in the sport of boxing. Claressa Shields, for one, doesn't like to be excluded as a woman's boxer. She likes to be considered a boxer, period. She doesn't like to be considered a woman's boxer, right? She just likes to be considered a boxer. When you mention her in the sport, she wants to be considered as just a boxer, the fastest boxer to achieve these achievements, you know, a 2-time gold medalist boxer. You know, she don't like the women title before it. You know, she doesn't make a big deal of it, but she makes it known that she doesn't like it. And a lot of women also feel the same way. We see that Amanda Serrano, you know, she has an issue with the situation with her and Manny Pacquiao. She's a 7-division world champion, But yet, when it's brought up, when Manny Pacquiao is introduced, or the accomplishments that Manny Pacquiao achieved, it seems like the only person they mention in that light is Manny Pacquiao, not Amanda Serrano, because we separate women and men. So they're fighting for equality. They want to be paid like the men. They want to be treated like the men. And this is a sport. And so this is not the first time you have a press conference and where there's commotion. This is not the first time you have a press conference and where the two teams are going back and forth. It's just that majority of Claressa Shields' team was women and he was a man. Because if this was another trainer that happened to be a male descent, you know, this wouldn't be the case. Everybody would be screaming foul, you know, but because everybody is saying that, you know, well, he was going back and forth with a woman, so he deserved it. You know, he put his fist in a woman's face. Well, his boxer is a woman, and he's dealing with a woman boxing. So it's sport, right? It's just trash talk is what it is, like any other sport, right? So we can't separate and say, well, we're dealing with women, so you got to do this. And then we can't say that they're going to be treated equal as far as pay. They're not going to be looked at as the same. If you're going to treat them just like your regular old, you know, your regular old woman off the street, you know, pedestrian, you know, woman off the street, or women in your family and things of that nature, then we can't scream for equality for women boxing, because it's two different things. They're dealing with combat sports. Claressa Shields didn't take it personal. Claressa Shields didn't balk, you know, say, oh, he disrespecting us as women. No, because Claressa Shields want to be looked at as a boxer, period. And it's not the first time this happens. You understand what I'm saying? It's not the first time that men go back. The sport of boxing press conference, there's chairs being thrown. There's people fighting. There's worse things that happen. You know, Shane Mosley, we talked about Shane Mosley wife being slapped on the backside. You understand? We see Mike Tyson bit somebody, Lennox Lewis, on his ankles. You know what I'm saying? At the press conference, we seen, you know, managers, promoters get into it. So it's not the first time. We're only making a separation because we highlighting the fact that Claressa Shields' team was women, and so now we're saying he deserved what he got. No, if this was two men, if it was her trainer happened to be a man, he wouldn't have made it wouldn't have been no exception. He would have been the same way, because he didn't separate women and men. He looked at it as a boxer. Am I wrong, Kurt?
No, you're not wrong at all. Right.
You know, so go ahead, Kurt.
No, you know, that is true. You know, it is, you know, because if a person has pride and like a woman's boxer, like you said, she don't want to be looked at as a great woman's boxer. She want to be looked at as a great boxer because she feel that she putting in the work like the men. She at the gym, she performs in the ring. She can get hurt just like a male boxer. So she wants to be like, you know, looked at just like a male boxer. But some people got a problem putting females in the top 10, and, you know, along with the male, they say there should be a separate list of female top 10 and male top 10, you know, and some people got a problem with that when you intertwine the two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing, man. We can't do that, man. So prayers go up to James Ali Bashir, man. His family, his sister asked for the boxing world's prayers, man. Prayers to that brother, man. And if anybody could say that man deserved that, you should be ashamed of yourself. There's nobody should say that man deserved that. I don't care about what trash talking took place. He never physically grabbed anybody. And, you know, the first press conference, he was joking with Claressa Shields. She didn't even take it personal. So we need to leave it as that. You know, now this man is fighting for his life. And I'm still seeing people saying that he deserved it, which is disgusting to me, which is absolutely disgusting to me. It's point blank and period, man. That's just what it is, man. You know, so, you know, we got a caller, Kurt. You want to take a caller now, or you want to continue on?
Okay, we can take the call now.
All right. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, Mahari. I represent Mahari Nation Sports Podcast from the great state of Minnesota. What's good, brother?
Oh, Mahari, what's good?
Mahari, you see my Yankees beat the hell out your Twins, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sadly though, man. In the last meetings against the Twins, the Yankees have outscored the Twins by at least 140 runs, bro. I mean, it's been competitive, bro. I was hoping it'd be the year, but you know, it was same old pattern. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they ran into their big brother, the Yankees, man. Listen, man, Minnesota is a great sports town, man. Football, basketball, baseball is a very underrated sports town, Minnesota, man. So I got respect for the Twins. You know, I love my Yankees, but what's going on with you, Abel, man?
Yeah, for sure, though, man. You know, to this day, we're still hurt by the Cincinnati sort of.
You breaking up, bro? No, you breaking up.
Can y'all hear me better?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay. I wanted to talk about the Triple G and Sergey Derevyanchenko fight, though, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that fight to me was a complete robbery because Derevyanchenko beat Gennady Golovkin. I gave him like at least 8 rounds to 4, but they basically gave Triple rounds that he never even deserved. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it basically proved the point that the overweight hiding job. This is when he gets a guy who's like.
Hey, Abel, try to call back, man, because your phone is breaking up. Yeah, he having some issues, man, connection issues. But yeah, that Triple G, Sergey Derevyanchenko, man, that was highway robbery in my opinion. What you think, Kurt?
Absolutely. I knew that was going to happen when they took several minutes to get those scorecards together. You know, they had to change them around, make sure everybody was on board. You know, I'm not surprised. I said Derevyanchenko's is going to lose the fight, you know, and you know, I had it 7 rounds to 5, Derevyanchenko. I think Triple G is on his way out. We'll take the next call.
Okay. What's your name? Where you calling from? I already know who it is, but what's good?
Hey, listen, man. One time for your mind, Top King of Law in the building. What's shaking, Blue? What's shaking, Kurt, a.k.a. Kareem? What's going on, baby?
Oh, shucks, man. We got the Brick City Brethren. We got Newark stand up, man. Newark stand up. We got to stand up for Bashir Ali. What's going on to King Allah? What's up?
Yeah. Hey, man, listen, you know, a few things. Just doing my daily drive-by, man. You know, man, work. Listen, let's get to you. And, you know, hopefully my man gets better, man. You know, we're going to keep in our prayers, like you said, man. Hope he gets better, man. It's a sad situation. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know, hey, man, he ain't deserve that. And the people who's saying that, you know, hey, man, we're going to call it like it is. They suckers, man. Like, we don't do that, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's the elder. And, we got grandparents and stuff like that, man. Like, and I look at that like, wow, you know, it's an older gentleman, man. You know, I just think different and I'm from a different cloth. And he ain't deserve that, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, hope he gets better, man. And, you know, prayers out to his family and everything, man. You know what I'm saying? But listen, we got, let's get to it, Kurt Blue. You know, Buzz talking heavy. He's talking heavy, and I see what's going on out here. So, you know, me personally, just like I was saying, I think that the Porter's Buzz fight, me personally, I think Porter, you know, being that he's a natural welterweight, right? And his athleticism and stuff like that, and the pressure he applies on his opponents, I just personally think that Bud just, you know, moving up, really not being acclimated to that division, you know, like the time like Porter is, you know what I'm saying? I just think Porter would be too much for Bud. That's just my personal opinion. And, you know what I mean? Then moving on, what do you think about, you know, Bud calling out Spencer? You think it's smoke and mirrors, or what you think about that, guys? Talk to me.
You go ahead and cook first, Kurt.
Well, you know, to King, you know, I think Crawford is acclimated to the weight, even though Porter, you know, used to fight at a higher weight. But the difference with Porter fighting Spence in that fight was like an old school fight. I don't think Bud will fight like that. I think Bud will use his footwork and try to outbox Porter. Porter is a handful for anybody because of his style, but I like Terrence Crawford footwork and I like his ring IQ. He is one of the most versatile fighters in all of boxing. That's why I got him pound for pound. It's a tough fight, and I like Crawford by decision over Porter. You know, Crawford and Spence, man, that's a tough fight because both of their strengths play into each other. Crawford is like I said, is very versatile. He's stronger than a lot of people give him credit for, but he won't fight Spence like that. He will mix up his attack. I say Crawford will beat Spence, but Spence would beat Crawford. You know, that's a tough fight for both men. They know that. They have mutual respect for each other. They just jaw jacket right now. And that fight will be made next year, man. I'm hearing that well, I don't know how true it is. Bob Arum said that he talked to Heyman and Heyman said the fight will be made next year. It's too much money, man, too much legacy on the line. That fight will be made.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think, Blue?
I definitely think it's going to be made. You know, I think it's a lot of posturing going on right now. You know, my whole thing with the entire situation is that I feel like Terrence Crawford, you know, allowed Errol Spence to, you know, catch up to him and surpass him as far as outside of the ring status. So when Terrence Crawford says stuff like, you know, stop, you know, stop ducking or whatever he said, pull up your panties and sign a contract. You know, it's like, no, the person that has to do that is Bud. You know what I'm saying? Because Errol Spence has the leverage. Period. Right. Period. And I know people like to say, well, we don't want to talk about leverage and we don't want to talk about outside the ring, but that's a part of the boxing world. Period. Right. I know Kurt know this, and I know you know this. You know, Sugar Ray Robinson, he used to wait right until the fight was getting ready to happen in the locker room and demand more money, or he wasn't coming out.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So as long as you can remember, the fight game is about contracts, negotiations outside the ring. Right. We're not downplaying Bud's skill set inside the ring. What the problem is, if Bud wants to make the fight now, for one, Bud said that he blamed his promoter, and then he said he blamed Errol Spence's promoter. No, well, it got to start with your promoter. If you having issues, but you want the fight, and you can say that my promoter is not putting his best foot forward, then that's where the problem starts. It starts at home. You got to clean up your own backyard before you worry about somebody else's backyard. So you can't place. What I was saying, right? How could he possibly place blame on Errol Spence's doorstep when he didn't even clean up his backyard? How do you know what's going on? How do you know that they're not trying to make the fight when you saying that your own promoter is holding up the fight?
Right. That's that's the crazy thing, because on one hand, here's another part that we're gonna get. I'm gonna let somebody get in now. What do you think about him speaking about throwing shots, subliminal shots at us, the LGBTC, talking about the casuals, this and the third, and going doing interviews on TMZ? What's your take on that? How you feel about that? The subliminal shot he threw at us.
He didn't directly say it was us. He just said casual media, and he said casual fans and casual media. You know, we are the biggest group on YouTube, bar none, hands down. So we took it as a direct. Obviously, he was talking about us. You know, he didn't directly mention us, but obviously he was talking about us, right? And my thing is this. You know, he did do an interview with Michelle Joy Phelps behind the gloves, and obviously he does interviews with Fight Hype and Ellie Setback, and you know, but he gives them bland answers, right? Okay. So it's not like he don't give any of these guys any openings to criticize him, right? He gives everybody bland answers, but when he sits on TMZ and Joe Rogan, that's when he says stuff like he just said. Oh, tell Errol Spence to pull his panties up and sign the contract. All right, so he don't do interviews with us, right? I've done 2 interviews with him, but You know, he doesn't come on the shows. He doesn't do interviews, whatever, right? And when he does do interviews outside of us, Fight Hype, Fight Hub, Michelle Joy Phelps, so on and so forth, right? He's very bland, right? He's very, you know, don't give you nothing, right? And so, but you know, so it's all of us directly. He's talking to us on YouTube, period, right? And so the problem is with that is because you never see him sit on Fight Hype and say, tell Errol to pull his panties up and sign the contract, right?
I noticed that. Right, I noticed that. Right.
Because we're gonna give him feedback, right? He could sit on TMZ and do that. He could sit on Joe Rogan and do that. He could sit on whatever TV shows he's on and do that because they're not gonna ask him. They're not gonna go in depth about Bob Arum and what's not taking place and what's not. You understand what I'm saying? Because they don't care that much to go that far deep into the conversation. All they want to know is the big fight going to happen or is it not?
Right. I understand. Hey, yeah, man. I just, just want to shoot some things out there. Have a, little discussion with my crew, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And, hey, Blue, hey, Kirk, we got it. I'm surprised Blue ain't on here. Bragging about them Niners, but I'm quite sure he's gonna throw a shot at
it's coming. It's coming. It's the empire. It's the takeover, baby. You see what we doing out here, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting till Sunday we get rid of them Rams, then I could really gloat. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? See, everybody had a excuse. You know what I mean? The Browns wasn't that good. The Steelers ain't have their number one quarterback. It's a lot of excuses. The Rams don't have no excuses. So once we get rid of the Rams, then I'm gonna be on here with my Nana apparel. You know what I'm saying?
Then you see it's real.
Yeah,
doubt.
Right.
But shout out to the Yankees, man. We going for that 29th.
Oh yeah, for sure. You already
know. Yes, sir.
That thing, we're gonna be on Broadway. LDBC heavy. You know how we do. We gotta get together, man. Real soon, man.
For sure.
Shout out to you guys, man. I'm gonna let somebody get on here. Hey, man, one love. I'm gonna be back in the chat talking my mess. Shout out to the chat. LDBC for life, man. One love. Top kicking them out, baby.
Appreciate you,
Salute to King. I see you, bro.
All right, peace.
Peace.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, yo, this is Ava Mahar here. I just called back right now. Can y'all hear me better?
Yeah, we can hear you 10 times better now, bro.
Yeah, I was in a grocery store, so I guess they had bad reception.
Yeah. All good.
All right, let's get back. Let me get back to what I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about the Sergey Derevyanchenko fight, and then I wanted to talk about the response to Terrence Crawford. Okay, number one, I felt that Sergey Derevyanchenko got robbed in the fight because he did what he showed me. He's so gritty, and he was able to come back, during the critical rounds. Even though when he was knocked down in the first round, to me, I felt like that should have never been the one that decided the fight. I always feel like judges after a first round knockdown, sometimes score the fight heavily against the person that's, applying the most pressure. But to me, Triple G didn't do much at all. He got frustrated, he got flustered, and this is the perfect example about why he doesn't fight against these fighters, because he's not mobile, he can't move, and he has trouble against slick athletic fighters. He'll never fight against Demetrius Andrade or Jamal Charles. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I agree, man. So, I think that but a lot of people are gonna be upset with what I'm about to say. But I give him a better chance to beat Jamal Charlo than Demetrius Andrade by far. And I know the narrative out there is that everybody's ducking Jamal Charlo, so on and so forth. And I believe that to an extent. But I have to say this, Jamal Charlo at times is very flat-footed too, But what I saw in Triple G in this fight is that coming forward and letting your hands go puts Triple G in a bad place, man. And Jamal Charlo is gonna come forward because he believes in himself. So he's not gonna use the ring. Sergey, he surprised me. He was using a ring. He was using different angles. Jamal, I don't know if he's gonna do that. He's gonna be the bigger man than Gennady Golovkin. He's gonna believe he's the stronger man, and he's gonna have a lot of confidence going into the fight. So I think that Jamal Charlo is gonna push him forward. And after the Brandon Adams fight, I'm like, man, I think Jamal Charlo might struggle against Triple G. He might lose that fight. And now after I saw how Triple G looked, you know, and not taking it. Jamal Charlo is a good body puncher as well. You know, he's disciplined. You know what I mean? So I think that Jamal Charlo is going to get him. I definitely favor Demetrius Andrade to get him. Demetrius, the only knock against him and Charlo is their inactivity. What you think, Kurt?
Absolutely, they can separate themselves because they have the skill level. I have a little bit more confidence in Andrade than I do Charlo because I didn't like how Charlo looked against Adams. Excuse me, and Karabov. He was very basic. I don't know. See, one thing about a fighter that I don't like about one thing about certain fighters, like intangibles, I don't like the Charlos, outside the ring and it transcends inside the ring. They wear their emotions on their sleeve. And to be successful and fight against top tier and world champions and elite fighters, you have to be comfortable and calm in the ring. They're too emotional. Look at when Jamel fought Harrison. Look at when Jamal was so bothered by his brother losing, it affected his performance against Karabov. You know, and with them making good money, they like to be out there and they be flossing and all that. Charlo has to be focused, man, and box and don't be so basic. Everything is tight. You know, loosen up, be more fluid. You know, you have to use your athleticism more in your footwork because you can't stand there in front of Triple G. The secret I always knew, you push him back. And that's what Derevchenko did. He forced him to go back. He went to the body. He gave him different angles, you know, and he was aggressive. He fought smart. You know, one thing that's saving Charlo is his athleticism. I don't like the way his career has gone with the long inactivities, man. It's going to come back and bite him. He must be in the ring, man, on a general basis. That's a dangerous fight if he fights Derevchenko.
Yeah, and Curry, I favor Demetrius Andrade to beat Jamal Charlo. Too fluid, to his movement, his movement in the ring is just too fluid. I think for Jamal Charlo, man. I didn't like how Brandon Adams was slipping underneath the punches. He was, like you said, he was real basic and he was real predictable. He was real predictable in the fight, you know, and that's not gonna work against Demetrius Andrade, man. You know.
One more thing, Blood. One more thing. Also, on the same night that Jamal Charlo lost against the Harrison too. You know, Jamal had issues against Matthew Korobov too. Remember that?
Yeah, exactly. And again, that's that style, right? Because he's there. You know, I'm not saying he's gonna lose to Triple G, but I give him more of a chance to lose to Triple G than I do Demetrius Andrade. I would bet 10 grand Demetrius Andrade gonna beat Gennady Golovkin. I'll bet you 1,000 Jamal Charlo beats him. I'm not that confident that he beats him because his style is so basic. So, you know, that's my thoughts on it, bro.
Also, I also wanted to talk about the Terence Crawford thing, and then I'll get off.
Okay.
The thing is this: Terence Crawford, you know, can say what he wants to say, but at the end of the day, he needs to fight people to justify, you know, his work as a fighter at this point. Because if you look at the negotiations, just as a casual perspective, unfortunately, Earl makes more than Terence Crawford by far. Right. So Earl is going to demand a higher purse at this point than over Terence Crawford. You could say 60-40. So if Terence Crawford wants to be in that category, he's got to fight people. He's got to fight people that will basically give him, you know, a little bit more leverage in the negotiation. Now, to me, I always feel that Terence Crawford is going to give Earl Spence Jr. problems, obviously. But the fact is, you know, when you're promoted by a person like Bob Arum that doesn't value you as a fighter, why stick there? You know what I mean? And this goes back to the point where you were talking about how Terence Crawford doesn't like being questioned about those certain things, because I think he's not strong enough in terms of the business aspect of boxing. I just don't think he understands how to take control of his own career and, you know, take a chance on himself. He'd rather just settle back, you know, box, take the paycheck and go home, which is fine. That's his life. But at the same time, it doesn't look good on these boxing streets. You know, you get what I'm saying?
Yep. I get it, man. Hey, we're gonna have to get to the next call, my brother. But I definitely get what you're saying, man. And I think that Terrence Crawford needs to take the bulls by the horn, man. He listen, it's not debatable, man. So this is what I had this discussion with my brother Chico Lopez yesterday, from the WBC. It's just, listen, Errol Spence is the clear A-side, not diminishing anything Terrence Crawford does in the ring. But he's the clear A-side. So at this point in time, if Terrence Crawford truly wants that fight, then he has to be the one to say, I'm gonna give it to your demands, whatever you say. Right now, he don't have to whatever everything. But listen, you're gonna have to bend, because the fact remains is that you are not the A-side. You allowed him by giving in to Bob Arum. You allowed Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence to be the A-side. Hey, we're gonna have to get to the next caller though, my brother. I appreciate you, Abel. Hey, Abel, did you send me your link, your email?
Yeah, I did through the Instagram.
All right, let me check it. I'll check it out.
All right,
all right, bro.
All right, man. Hey, Curtis, see you around, homie.
Hey, Abel, man, the basketball guru. I see you, brother.
For sure. Take care, guys.
Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from, man?
Shout out Blue Blood and Kurt Sugar. This is Matt Valentine, Brick City, Jersey. How y'all doing tonight, man?
My brother Matthew Valentine, what's shaking with you, bro?
Matthew Valentine, Brick City. What's going on?
I just show Universal, man. I'm blessed and favored, man.
I appreciate
to you guys in the chat, man. I'm just so proud of you guys for keeping this grind going.
Appreciate you.
It's nothing like this, man, to be able to join in, to participate in this real, live, and true, genuine boxing talk. Kurt, I still ain't catch you on Broad Market, big bro.
Man, I've been home, man. I don't go out too much, man. I'm gonna leave my number in the chat, man. When you on next time, man, and we can talk behind the scenes.
No doubt, man. Blue Blood, you always got some excellent commentary. You're always in the midst of all things, man. I mean, it's extraordinary what's happening, man, with this platform and
I appreciate
just
you,
the
bro.
LGBC abroad. But I'd like to give some insight into some of these things. Listen, boxers have good days and they have bad days.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we can't control what they do on the street. All we can do is analyze what they do in the ring. As far as the Chalos, man, we'll see what they do. I mean, Jamal didn't have a perfect outing in the last two fights. Jamel had a close fight, which is up in the air, and hopefully he'll have some resolve with regards to that in December against Harris. We'll see. There's a lot going on with Spence and with Crawford, man. But anybody who really knows what's going on in boxing understands that that's a political issue, man. There's a lot going on behind the scenes with Bob and with Al. No matter how we mark it up, no matter what we talk about, we aren't going to be able to determine exactly when and where the fight happens. Now, we could add some onus to the fight by keeping it out there like you brothers do, like you're doing right now, Blue Blood. But we got to get Bob and Al to make the decision in terms of bringing this fight together. And when they see we get enough influence into that, I think they'll fight. Now, as far as the winner, I'm a hardcore Earl fan, but I really wouldn't mind who wins, man, because I love Crawford too. Even though I'm team man down. That's it, man. That's all I got to say, man. Keep grinding, keep working hard, man. When you get out down to Alabama, let the champ know, man, we love him, and that we're supporting all the fighters, man. We support all LDBC. You guys keep doing this great thing, man. You got my support. Okay?
Appreciate you, brother.
Salute, Matthew, man. Brick City, stand up.
Yes, sir.
You already know, bro.
And we'll be live down there, so you guys will be able to tell me yourself.
Okay, no doubt. All right, keep grinding, fam.
Yes,
sir.
Appreciate you, brother.
No doubt.
Peace. Yeah, man, Kurt, man. I just think, too many people, when we say, listen, if Terrence Crawford truly wants that fight, I think people take it the wrong way. They take it as if we trying to diminish his skills or something. It's not his skills. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What up, Blue Bro? It's the boy Taco K, man.
Taco K, what's good with you, brother?
Man, I couldn't wait to this day for you to do this, boy, so I can come up on here with you, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, I love what you're doing, bro.
bro, you the truth. You the number one. You the number one person I love out of all these YouTubes, Brian. My people, I know y'all LDBC and all that. You the number one dude I really fuck with, though.
Man,
real, bro.
Man,
you're a real,
I appreciate you.
You a real ninja, bro.
I appreciate you 1000%, bro.
You not biased. I know you got your thing, but you not biased, bro. Like, you keep it 100. And that's what I love about you, bro. And that's why I haven't been able, even when you was off, I was like, bro, what is bro doing? I was like, man, I'm like, but I got this new job, so I ain't been able to be on. So I'm like, wait a minute. Then when you came back on, I'm like, bro, was gone?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, YouTube had put me on sat me down for 3.5 months. And then you know, I haven't been I ain't get a consistent weekend yet, man. Not on this channel, not on the other channel yet, man, because just other stuff coming in, man. But I definitely appreciate
do what you gotta do, man. Life hit you, bro. We behind you, man, 100%, man. Take care of what you gotta take care of, man. But yeah, I love you, bro, and what you do. Kurt, I don't really know him as much, but you feel me? I'm looking forward to him too as well. Some of the stuff he's been talking since I've been listening to him, I kind of like dig him too. Right. Hey, man, I see that you like your Niners, but you know, I'm a diehard Raider fan. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, hey, y'all looking good, but hey, I mean, you know, we still the best in the Bay right now. We play the harder competition, man.
Hey, man, you know, y'all the little brothers of the Bay, man. You know what I'm saying? It's only right, man. You know what I'm saying? We still love y'all and everything, man. But you know, it's like the Jets and the Giants, man. It's all good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's all love. It's all love.
Y'all just on a, you know, because the Jets only won 1 Super Bowl, so but you know the Raiders is up there, man. They put some work in, but y'all still little brothers in the Bay.
We
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what it is, man.
But hey, I'm gonna ask you this later. But hey, people with the Crawford and the Spence thing, people need to realize too, it's a different things with champions. You see, it's a people's champ and it's a regular champ. And I think that like Spence is more of like the people's champ. Like, you feel me? Like almost like Muhammad Ali, like for me, talk to the people who's out there in the public. And I would say Crawford is almost like that haggler, like, you know what I mean? Like not haggler, like a Frazier, like not too much, not too cool, don't talk too much, pretty quiet, humble, but to get in that ring, get doggy. You know what I mean? Don't really want to do too much and stuff like that. I'm a Crawford fan, so I got Crawford in that fight. I mean, this is the skills. And when I looked at the last fight, that would solidify me even more. I mean, people want to say that, use the excuse that, oh, Spence used this to be, because he used, basically, they were trying to say that he used Porter's style against him. I don't think so. I think that he had to do that. Like, and that's the difference from you doing something that you have to do and you doing something that you want to do. You see what I'm saying? Right. And you don't want to take damage. I don't care what nobody say. Like, you ain't gonna want to take damage. Right. What boxer goes in there talking about offense that's gonna take them damage? Again, you know what I mean? Right.
No, that's what I'm saying, man. You know, he was forced into that fight. You know, regardless. See, and that's what I'm saying, man. I like to keep it a ball. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, 100. Come on, listen. He was forced into that fight. People don't want to admit that he was forced into that fight.
Exactly, and this is why it's a divide with the fans. It's because the Spence fans, and I ain't gonna lie, your boy's friend, he'll type in hella hard. Oh, on this show, I'll be on there a few times. Yeah, Spence is gonna run through him. Everybody calling on the show. Oh yeah, Spence gonna run through him. As soon as it's a good fight, damage control come up. Now it's damage control. You know what I mean? Like, they already got a rush or something. He would have won the fight regardless. And I'm just saying, look at this. I know we don't like to go in ifs.
And let me just stop you right there, right? Because I heard Abner Mares on the Boxing Voice earlier, right? And I've been covering this fight, the lead up to Sean Porter, Errol Spence, the entire time, right?
Right.
Abner Mares went on the Boxing Voice and said he knew this was going to be the turnout in this fight. Abner Mares said that if only chance that Sean Porter had to even make this fight remotely close was to fight on the inside, right? So I understand that he said that he's going to have to make this a dog fight, right? But Abner Mares went and said, I knew this was going to be the outcome. Bruh, Abner Mares, no, you didn't. You said that Errol was going to walk through him. But that was a lot of people. A lot of people felt that Errol was going to walk through Sean Porter because Sean Porter. And let me tell you why people thought that. that knockdown was proof of why people thought that, because Shawn Porter leaves himself open for that. Usually, he has these lapses earlier on in the fight. He didn't have them so much in the fight early on, and when he did, Errol wasn't able to capitalize on him because Shawn showed us that he had the better footwork. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But
I think that his timing. I think that it took Earl Spence too long to get his timing down. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like a boxer with the IQ would, like, you know what I mean, would have got his timing down. And then what I'm saying with everybody talking about Spence and Crawford, this is what goes into Spence and Crawford. This is why I think that's just why I think that Crawford will win. He got more skills. It ain't nothing against with Spence. And then too, before I go too, because I know y'all got other callers too. If you really look, okay, everybody want to talk about the resume so hard with the resume stuff, right? If you really dig down deep into Spence's resume, really though, Mikey Garcia, you can't say Mikey Garcia was a credible fighter at 147 because that was his first fight. So if people want to take Terrence Crawford's resume from what he did, you can't put Mikey Garcia's resume into 147 because he didn't do anything. So the number one fighter that he had fought was Shawn Porter. I mean, and then you want to say, okay, everybody wants to say Jeff Warren. Okay, Jeff Warren gave Manny Pacquiao a tough fight. Manny Pacquiao lost to Keith Thurman. Terrence Crawford dominated Jeff Warren. And man, people want to talk about Jeff Warren so bad, but I don't think that. I would really think that Mikey Garcia will have a tough fight with Jeff Warren. I really do think that because he's a big 147.
Oh yeah, Mikey Garcia struggled with Jeff Warren, definitely.
He has struggled, and that's what I'm saying. Like people, and then. Blue, what they doing is with some of not all the time, not true, but what some of y'all doing, don't make excuses for these fighters, man. This A side, B side stuff didn't happen to Floyd. So when with this is what the PBC and the Spence fans gonna do, and the Spence they gonna try to the reason why we can't make the fight because of this. Nope, Terrence Crawford just said out of his mouth that he'd take less money. So we gotta hold Terrence Crawford to what he said. When they say something, that's only what he said. That's what he said, right?
I'm hearing people say that. I didn't hear him say that part. That was on the TMZ interview too?
Yeah, he said that. I think that's what he could have said that because he was talking about Spence needs the most money, but I think that he said that he would take less. I believe I'm gonna go back and watch it.
Yeah, because I didn't watch the whole thing, but you know, I definitely feel like the defensive lapses that Porter has on defense, you know, is the reason why people thought that he was going to walk through him. And Abner Mares didn't pick. He picked Porter to win the rematch. He said right now, he's saying right now, if they used to have a rematch, he would pick Porter to win the rematch. Hey, Kurt, what you think about this, Kurt?
Well, you know, it stirs the pot in the welterweight division, man. I love it. You know, I picked Spence to beat Porter in 8 rounds, man. I didn't underestimate Porter. I overestimated Spence. There's a difference. Porter is a tough out, man. His stock has went up even in a loss, man, and he forced Spence to fight his fight. You know, Spence makes mistakes on defense. He squares up. He pulls out with his chin up in the air sometimes, man. And sometimes he be in the high guard. You could shoot an uppercut, you know, through his guard. But, you know, that's the things I see. Spence is a terrific fighter, man. But Porter too.
We ain't kind of bad. No, he's a great fighter. He's a great fighter. And I believe that since we got this A side, B side, I believe that he's the A side.
He's definitely hands down. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. If Terrence Crawford wants to fight, like he said he wanted, he can't say, Errol needs to pull his panties up or whatever and sign the contract. No, bro, you have to be the one to sign the contract because Errol offers you the contract, right? Like Floyd always say.
Oh, that's what happened.
Right, Floyd always say, right? The B side can't offer me nothing. I offer you.
Oh, okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, now you
right
now, brother.
Right. So Errol, and I know people don't want to admit this, but the facts remain. See, people don't like the fact that Errol is proven to be a star in the sport of boxing. I made a video and people was coming on my video and they was complaining, "Oh, Blue, how you saying Errol's the face of boxing? How you saying he gonna take over the face of boxing?" Because he has the biggest engine behind him outside of ESPN. He has the Dallas Cowboys. I can't stand the Dallas Cowboys, but they are the most valued franchise in all of sports, and they are backing him, right? And it's the proof is in the pudding. He did a pay-per-view. He did his pay-per-view with Mikey Garcia. They had an excuse. They told us that the reason that pay-per-view did good was because of the Mexican fan base backed Mikey Garcia. He did 300,000 pay-per-views, right? Leading up to this Sean Porter fight. Well, didn't everybody say that Sean Porter couldn't sell out? Even Errol Spence himself couldn't sell out his own family barbecue, right? And everybody said that Sean Porter don't have a fan base. Sean Porter don't have this. You don't see Sean Porter fan base, right? Okay, if that's the case, how could Sean Porter and Errol Spence do bigger pay-per-view numbers than Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia? There was no Mexican fan base included in this. You had two African-American fighters. So
you know what? They messed up the black dollar. They're trying to devalue the black dollar, and that's what they fail to realize. The black dollar is still here.
And what happens is
incredible fight.
And what happens is this, right? Errol Spence is a draw. Period.
Exactly.
Whether you like him, I don't care how you look at him. You think you're gonna lose to Crawford? You think it don't matter what you think. The proof is in the pudding. The man sells. Period.
Hey, Blue,
absolutely.
You really look at it too. I'm sorry to cut you off. You really look at it too. Like when they was like 2 or 3 years ago, right? People were saying the thing about Spence, he wasn't talking enough and stuff like that, right? I think what he did, what was great, what Crawford didn't do, he seized the opportunity and he stepped his game up. So I don't know who they got behind him, but they talked to him and he took the bull by the horn. And ever since then, you see him around doing stuff now. Crawford, like I was saying, this goes to the people champ. Crawford is not, he just a champ. And that's what he wants to do. So
and let me say this too.
He can't get mad in negotiations, boo. He can't get mad.
He can't. He can't. We're going to have to get to the next caller, but I'm going to say this last thing, right?
I love you, bro.
I appreciate you, man.
One time.
Yes, sir.
One time, because I'm going to hang up. How you become a Niners fan, bro?
Hey, it's a long story, but my great-grandfather was a 49er fan. He worked on the Golden Gate Bridge. He was one of the first African-Americans that was allowed into construction. And back in his time, it's my great-grandfather, and he worked on the Golden Gate Bridge. I truly don't know the rest of the story, but he was a Niner fan. We grew up in Harlem, and he was a Niner fan, and he just passed it down to me. That's how I grew up in Harlem, 55th and 8th Ave. Then I moved to Hempstead in Long Island, 11550. But I looked right at the Yankee Stadium. You know, it's right across the river at the Bronx, right? And so I'm a Yankee fan, the 49er fan. You know,
wrong with it, bro.
Yeah,
that's an incredible fucking story, bro.
Yeah, and I can't even, you know, y'all know I don't make up stories, man. I ain't never been to San Francisco a day in my life. Not one. Oh, I'm lying. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I missed my airplane going to Vegas, and I had to catch the next flight, and I got a layover in San Francisco. That's the only time I've been in San Francisco.
San Francisco is a nice city, man. Go to Fisherman Wharf for seafood.
Yeah, I gotta go.
The next time the Raiders play the Niners, God willing. If we all still here, I want to see you there, bro.
Yes, sir. Oh, we can link up. We can link up and make that happen. I'm about that life. Let's make it happen.
All right, Blue,
I love you too, man. Peace. Appreciate you. Oh, man. What's going on there? What's your name? Where you calling from?
DJ Black Charm. I finally got through.
My brother, DJ Black Charm in the building. What's good?
Hey, man. See, the other time I called in, I asked Mr. Kirk, and I don't know if you remember, I said, Mr. Kirk, do you think the fight too soon? He said, no. He said it needs to happen right now. Now, as we can see, the callers and the chat and other fans saying that Bud needs to fight somebody else. He needs to prove himself. So that's still, Mr. Kirk, my question still remains. Do you think the fight is too early?
No.
In your title, it says who's to blame and who wins. Now we know we can't really blame the fighters if they, I won't call them. What I say, they still puppets right now because they don't run their show like Floyd Mayweather or Oscar De La Hoya did. So I would still say they pretty much still puppets right now. So do you still think, after listening to your viewers and reading your chat, do you think the fight still needs to happen now?
Absolutely, man. The fight is hot right now. It's hot like fish grease, man. They both, when you have two elite fighters that's in the top 5, pound for pound, two undefeated fighters in the same division, it's hot right now. You know, you got ask 10 people, 5 would say Spence, 5 would say Crawford. You know, it has a Leonard and Hearns type of feel. This is the same feel that Leonard and Hearns had back in '81. You know, so I wish they was fighting Saturday night. So from here to next year, it has to happen, or one of them eventually will lose. It's the nature of the sport. So after in a perfect world, Spence beats Danny Garcia, Crawford takes care of Mean Machine. You know, I want them to fight next year, man. I don't know what's going to happen. I hope so. I'm saying summer or fall of 2020. But if they was fighting this Saturday, man, the boxing world will be in an uproar because that's a super fight.
Yeah. Right, but then at the end of the day, they still have to fight the rest of them. Like Mean Machine still has to be fought. Danny Garcia still has to be fought. Keith Thurman and the rest of them still has to be fought. All those people still have to be get in the ring. Now we know they ain't got the big payday, and we know how the networks work as well. Like the networks gonna bill you all the way up, and you know they'll roll it off, and then when they get that big day, then they'll throw them in the ring. And right now, I don't think none of them, you know what I'm saying? Like we as fans, like I say, I agree with you. Like I want to see it now, but when you think about the big picture, those networks having to take care of their business and all those training camps, and then everybody who's involved with those people have to take care of their business or whatever, I say it's still a little too, you know, with a network, you can say that the fans win, you know, according to your title, the fans win. And then, of course, Bud, Errol Spence, one of them got to win. But the network may lose, you know. The network may lose. Boxing may lose as well, because now we're talking about this one person got the belt or whatever, and these cats already ain't fighting each other. Like, without the belts, we supposed to remember prize fighting. You know, these cats ain't remembering prize fighting. Like, it ain't always about the belt. What about the prize? You know? And then Earl ain't putting up his own bag. Terrence damn sure ain't putting up his own bag. Like, when you look at Floyd Mayweather, and I'm going to get off with this. When you look at Floyd Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya, those rings said TMT and Golden Boy in it, meaning that they put their bag up for that, to get that suggested sale, you know. And until Errol Spence, and you know, Errol Spence don't got to put up his bag because he got Al Haymon and the rest of them, they behind him 100%. Terrence Crawford, pretty much at this point in his career, he got to put up his own bag and throw his own outfits. Other than that, Bob Arum still gonna line him up with Mean Machines and going on. But that's my take on it.
Appreciate
so
you.
I feel like the networks will lose, the fans will win, and I pretty much think us hyping this fight to happen right now is the blame. But that's all I got.
Well, I'm gonna say, I appreciate you, bro.
All right, peace. Appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate you.
So,
I'm gonna say this, man. First off, Errol Spence has Man Down Promotions, and every fight I've been to of Errol Spence's, he has fighters fighting on the undercard. So his promotional company is working. You understand? It's not like Errol Spence. You know, Errol Spence, Man Down, he has a lot of his fighters on his undercard. So his promotional company is working. With that said, you know, Terrence Crawford has to look at it from this standpoint, right? His promoter is not too willing to just throw him in the ring. You know, we see Bob Arum so many times contradicts himself. You know what I mean? And that's the difference. Let's get to this caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is VA, just the underrated one.
Underrated. What's good? Shout out to the DMV, man.
Underrated. What's good, bro?
What's good with you? What's good with you? The sugar one. What's good?
Man, I'm chilling, man. I just wanted to send my condolences, man. You lost a close family member, man, and the LDBC, man. People don't know, you know. You can tell them what's going on, man. But hold your head up, King.
Well, I'll make it quick. I lost my mom, August 28th, and then after that, I lost my younger brother yesterday.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah. But you know, I did a live on my brother yesterday, so y'all can check it out. But I'm good. But my thing in boxing right now, the LDBC, we gotta push that fight with Spence in Portland. Mikey should not get no wings at all. it seems like every time when something pop up in the welterweight, he got to take his way, and now he got to block. We got to block that. Nah, he got to wait his turn like everybody else. You know, because Porter had proved himself, and we want to see that rematch. And in Crawford, he needs to shut up. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't fighting nobody. You want to hide behind this devil that be working, be disrespecting black fighters for over 50 years, family. I want to repeat that again. And Sugar, you know what I'm talking about. Bob Arum have been disrespecting black fighters for over 50 years. He be lone ball them every time. Now, I hope that Crawford does not sign back with him, but the way it looks right now, you know, I think is, but Crawford don't have nothing. If he don't push the fight with Spence, after that, I don't want to hear nothing. Mikey, get out the way. We don't want to see you. We want to see Porter Spence, and everything else drop. And but I'm just gonna get up. But thanks for the love to the LDPC. We the real media. Peace,
man.
Peace, bro. Salute, underrated.
Peace and blessings to you and your family, man. Prayers are with you, my brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No doubt. No doubt. Man, that's a tough pill to swallow right there, man.
Yeah, he tough, man. Yeah, it is.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Top of the top. This is Fuller.
Oh, what's good, Fuller?
What's good? How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm just a squirrel in your world.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. I try to look at the situation and try to be as objective as possible, but it's really hard for me to respect Bud Crawford and right now for how he's moving. Like, I understand you want to fight. I understand you want you want the gusto, but there's still other fights out there that you can take that are competitive fights that can season you for that fight, you know. And I don't know if I'm right about this, but I have a feeling that, like with Bob Arum, he's going to want to promote Errol Spence in that fight. In order to have the fight, he's going to want to have Errol Spence basically be promoted by Top Rank as the condition for that fight to be made. Because Bob Arum, I'm not blaming it fully on him, but he just likes to control so many corners up when it comes to negotiation. And I don't think he can really stand the fact that Al Heyman, you know, he has the upper hand. I don't think he likes that. That's just my take.
My whole thing is this, man. I feel like, you know, the fact that Terrence Crawford goes on these platforms and, you know, he has this take on this situation with Errol Spence. I can't say this enough. He doesn't give us those sound bites, right? He doesn't give, even when he does Fight Hub, Michelle J. Phelps, right? Where are these sound bites, right? When it comes to Errol Spence, when you saw him do the interview with Michelle Joy Phelps and Behind the Gloves, when it came to Kell Brook, right? He had a different type of energy, right? When it came to Errol Spence, it's like, oh, well, you know, if it happens, it happens, don't it don't. But then when he's on TMZ, when you're on Joe Rogan, your energy to Errol Spence is like, let's make it happen here now, you know, stop avoiding me type of situation. He's not saying in so many words, but that's what he's saying, right? And so my thing is like, it's almost like he does that on these platforms. And this is no disrespect to Terrence Crawford and no disrespect to them, right? But it's like he does it on these platforms because they're not going to follow up the questions. You understand what I'm saying? They're not going to say, well, what is Bob Arum doing? What are you doing? Or what's this? Or they're not going to dig.
Yeah.
Right? With us, we're going to dig. And it's like, he don't give us he's vanilla, right? He don't give us, he's very vanilla with us, right? But so that way it's like, he loves you to sleep. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then the thing about it too is like these platforms like TMZ and like Joe Rogan, they don't really care if you fight or not.
Right.
Like they really don't. Like they're not gonna like really. You're not gonna hear TMZ every day call for that fight. You know what I mean? They're not gonna. It's gonna go in one ear and come out the other.
And that's what I'm saying. So Joe Rogan's not gonna follow up with a question. Yeah. He's not gonna say, "Well, what is Bob Arum doing to make the fight?" He's not going to compare the pay-per-view numbers. He's not going to say, "Are you the A side or the B side?" He's not going to go through that. When he deals with us, you know, we're going to say, "Well, you know, when it comes to pay-per-views, right?" Because here's the thing, right? And I want to say this, right? And I know, and guys, and you guys know this. Kurt knows this. You know this, Fuller. Everybody knows this, right? Shout out to my brother Fred, Barbershop Conversation in the chat room. I've been saying this, right? I've been saying this. I told people behind the scenes. I said it on air. I think that Terrence Crawford will beat Errol Spence. I think that he has the tools, the necessary tools to make the necessary adjustments to beat Errol Spence. So I'm not. This is not a situation where I'm just calling out Terrence Crawford, right? What I'm saying is this: the facts remain, and I always say this. I won't be shocked if Errol Spence wins the fight. It's a 50-50 fight. Right, I'm just citing the skills in the ring. I think that the skill set that Terrence Crawford possesses would allow him the necessary to make the necessary adjustments for what it takes to beat Errol Spence. Right, that's all I'm saying. Right, whatever Errol Spence wins the fight, would I be overly surprised? Like, whoa, no, I'm not. What I'm saying is this, right? Errol Spence is now in the position Floyd Mayweather was in, and nobody liked it. Why? And I'm going to say this, and you could attest this, Fuller, and Kurt. You could chime. You could Fuller. Kurt. You could give your thoughts on this as soon as I'm done, right, Kurt? When Floyd Mayweather wanted to fight Joel Casamayor, they didn't want to fight him. Shane Mosley didn't want to fight him. Oscar De La Hoya didn't want to fight. All these dudes didn't want to fight him. So when Floyd Mayweather got in position of power, rightfully so, he took advantage of it. Errol Spence called out Danny Garcia. He called out all these fighters. This is before Terrence Crawford stepped on the scene. So he called out Danny Garcia. He called out Sean Porter. He called out everybody, Keith Thurman, you know, all of these dudes. It took him a year to get Kell Brook in the ring, and he was his mandatory, right? So now the tables have turned, like Errol Spence said. Now I'm in position of power, and now y'all coming after me. Because like I said before, nobody's scared of nobody. They're scared to lose. They're not physically scared of anybody. And when it comes to being in the ring, they're scared to lose what they have outside of the ring. And so all of these dudes, you know, they putting that, that's a lot they putting on the line, like Anthony Joshua and all of those endorsements. But so now the tables have turned, right? And not to mention, people are saying that Errol Spence is showing flaws in his game. He's not showing flaws in his game. He stepped up in competition. There's a difference. That's what happens when you step up the level of competition. And so now Errol Spence is in a place of position where he can say, I am the man, right? Regardless of what people want to say about Canelo Alvarez, I will tell y'all again, I'll say this till I'm blue in the face, right? No pun intended, because I'm blue. But the thing is this, right? Canelo Alvarez was gifted that position. Floyd Mayweather gave him a direct handoff. Right? He fought on Floyd Mayweather undercards. They were building up the Floyd Mayweather-Canelo Alvarez fight. He fought on the biggest platform in boxing history. Floyd Mayweather is the most successful boxer in the history of the sport of boxing. And he had a direct handoff, Canelo Alvarez. He didn't just build up this on his own. He fought on Floyd Mayweather, multiple Floyd Mayweather undercards as the co-main event in the build-up to them fighting. Until the last point where Canelo said, I'm not doing this no more unless you agree to fight me. Right? So Errol Spence is doing it on his own. And Errol Spence is becoming outside of Deontay Wilder because we know the heavyweights rule the sport of boxing. Right? So Deontay Wilder is the face of boxing. Period. But just like the pound for pound list, right? We just don't pay it that. We don't give the homage to the heavyweight division because there's no boxer in boxing, period, hands down, that could beat Deontay Wilder. None. There's no boxer. If you're not a heavyweight that could beat him, nobody else could beat him. It's over, right? So it's like an unfair advantage. We have this thing for these boxers, the heavyweight. But when it comes down to this, Errol Spence is the face. He's the face. Period. Kurt, what you think, Kurt?
Errol Spence did everything right. When you see a successful fighter in the ring and out the ring, he has to have intangibles on his side. He has to have a machine behind a machine being your team. You know, manager, promoter, everything. Have the right promotional team. He's on the right channel. You know, his career went like this. At the Olympics, he fought Leonard Bundu. The ratings were through the roof. Okay. That was the start, you know, of his career being like a meteor. Then he went overseas to beat Kell Brooks. So people, you know, became a world champion. He got the Cowboys behind him. Him taking pictures with Jerry Jones, you don't know what that meant. Jerry Jones is a charismatic owner of the biggest franchise in the world. So he has the brand behind him. He's from a big state, Texas, who has, you know, who's a great fight town, their history. You see everything lined up for him. His personality, he's fighting the best. He's a pay-per-view fighter. He fought Mikey on pay-per-view. He just got finished fighting Sean Porter. The Danny Garcia fight is going to be on pay-per-view. And if he fights Terence Crawford, that's going to be on pay-per-view. So you're talking about multiple fights that's pay-per-view. You know, his fights are being promoted during football games. See, everything lined up for him and everything's going right. That's why his brand is shooting through the roof for his name. You know, he's getting popular by each fight, you know, and his fights are exciting. You know, he did 300,000+ pay-per-view, 16,700 and change at the Staples Center. You're talking about two black fighters in Los Angeles who I thought was weird. They could have put that fight in Texas, but that just goes to show you Errol Spence drawing power. You know, Terence Crawford, my favorite fighter, he's on the other side. He doesn't have that team behind him. He has a promoter that doesn't believe in him. So this is Earl's show right now. Earl is running the show. Now, we all know the heavyweight champion is the most coveted championship, is the most coveted prize in sports. And plus, you have a powerful fighter like Deontay Wilder. But anything other than heavyweight, you got Errol Spence, that's the face of boxing. Canelo, he fights on the app.
Yeah, exactly. And my thing is this, right, Kurt, is and we're gonna have to get to another call, my brother. But my thing is this, right, is that you know, people take this criticism when we say this outside of the ring. Again, I can't say this enough. We're not talking about Terence Crawford's skills in the ring. We're saying this is what I'm saying. If you want to make the Errol Spence fight, Terence Crawford, then Terence Crawford has to say, he can't say stuff like Errol don't really want to fight because he has a 60-40. He's in a position of power. He has the leverage. Of course he can say that. Of course he can. Of course he can say he can have a say-so where the fight is going to take place. You understand what I'm saying? Of course he can. Of course, why would he give up his leverage? For what? Of course he wants to have all the leverage. Name me a fighter that don't want to have the leverage. Every fighter wants to have the leverage. So it's ridiculous for people to say that, you know, well, they shouldn't it should be a 50-50 offer and no, why should it be? Why would it be? Okay, let's look at this situation. Floyd Mayweather is the biggest star in boxing history. There's no argument, right? Floyd Mayweather carried pay-per-views. He fought Andre Berto. It did 550,000 pay-per-view buys with Andre Berto. And Floyd Mayweather is the face of boxing. Still is today. If he came back right now, his pay-per-view is going to blow everybody out the water, right? 550,000 pay-per-view buys. Errol Spence did just 200,000 shy of the greatest, biggest name in the sport of boxing, with a guy that people said couldn't sell out a family barbecue. Only 200,000. Imagine if Sean Porter was considered the quote-unquote big star. You would tack on another 200,000 pay-per-view buys, right? So we just so now we pretty much saying that Errol Spence would do similar numbers to Floyd Mayweather. I mean, come on. He's the face of boxing. He's becoming the face of boxing.
That's perfect. He's getting there. I mean, for the rematch,
if Sean Porter and Errol Spence fight a rematch, it's going to do more than 350,000 pay-per-view buys. Terrence Crawford, we look at Terrence Crawford numbers and again, because people take this as we're not criticizing what he could do in the ring. We're dealing with facts. It's facts. Hey, but we're gonna have to get to the next call, all right, bro?
All right,
salute. Appreciate you, King. Hey, Kurt, you know the thing is, man, too many people are looking at the situation, and they taking it too personal. They're making it a situation where we're talking about. You say Terrence Crawford needs to, agree to the Errol Spence's demands, and they taking it as, Terrence Crawford fought this person. He did this. Like, what are you talking about here? What are we talking about? We're talking about outside. Every fight is called prize fighting. They have to negotiate.
Correct.
What's your name? Where you calling from? What's your name? Where you calling from? All right. What's your name? Where you calling from? Hello. What's your name? Where you calling from? Speak now or forever hold your peace. All right, call back in. Try it again. What's your name? Where you calling from? Man, we got so many calls, Kurt.
I know. I can only imagine.
What's your name? Where you calling from? Man, I don't know if they're getting. All right, man. That's what we're gonna do. I don't know what's going on, but what's your name? Where you calling from? What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from? What's your name? Where you calling from? Oh, hold on 1 second, man. Hold on 1 second. That was on my end, Kurt. You know what, man? Hold on 1 second, my brother. And Kurt, you can keep cooking until I figure out this situation here.
Okay, yeah. Talking about the Crawford and Spence saga, it just adds fuel to the fire. I mean, I love it because we're keeping interest in the fight. The fight is hot. It's a super fight. My favorite division of all time, which is the welterweight division, is a 50-50 fight, even though I picked Crawford to win. Spence can very easily beat Crawford. Their strengths play into each other. Every fight has its own personality. You don't, and own energy, so you don't know what's going to happen. And boxing is such a compelling sport. We didn't think that Porter was going to do as well as he did. I know I didn't. Some people said Porter was going to give him a hard time, and Porter's stock has went straight up to the moon. So, I got a lot of respect for Sean Porter, man. A hell of an athlete. And I'm impressed with Spence. I'm going to tell you why. He fought a 4-time division champ even though Mikey was moving up one division because he fought at 140 3 times. He dominated him. He boxed from the outside, used his jab and his length. And the next fight against a 2-time world champion, he fought a totally different fight. He fought on the inside, you know, rough and tough against the rugged Sean Porter, and held his own and even dropped Sean Porter. You know, so you're talking about a guy who fought 2 elite opponents and fought 2 different ways in 2 consecutive fights. So that's why I like Spence, and he's my number 4 pound for pound.
Yeah, man, I agree with that. I'm having some difficulties over here, man.
I'm gonna keep.
Yeah, you can keep.
I'll keep cooking. You know, so you know that's why you know the Crawford Spence fight is very important. Number 1 versus number 4, number 1 versus number 2 in his own division. You know, and hopefully the fight will be made in the summer or fall. And we keep talking. So meantime, we keep talking. The fight itself is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And like I said, I told one caller, I wish they was fighting this Saturday night, because it's not going to get any bigger. It is at its apex. Let's just keep the interest going, you know, make the fight, you know, and like I said earlier, you know, we have a lot of good fights. Don't forget about the Naoya Inoue versus Nonito Donaire fight, which is, I believe, November 7th, I believe. I could be wrong, but early November. You got Ruiz and Joshua in December. There's another fight, October 26th, that's going to be on Showtime. Lubin versus Gallimore. That can be an underrated fight as well. That's going to be on Showtime, October 26th. Gallimore fought J-Rock in a competitive fight, even though J-Rock won. Gallimore beat, I believe it was Chris DeLoach, you know, up-and-coming prospect. He knocked him out. You know, Gallimore can fight, man, especially if he brings his A game. And Erickson Lubin is a power puncher. You know, he got knocked out by Charlo, but he seems to be on the right track, you know. So I'm looking forward to that fight. You know, that's a good TV fight, as we used to say back in the day. You know, so look out for that fight. You know, and that same day, you got Regis Prograis versus Erickson Lubin.
No, Regis Prograis and
Josh Taylor. I'm sorry, Josh Taylor.
You know, and forward to that Goucher Lubin fight too, man.
Yeah. That Lubin and Gallimore, like I said, that's going to be a good fight, man. Especially if Gallimore brings his A game. So you know, I think Lubin will win. You know, but Gallimore could give him some problems if he fights the right way. You know, and Prograis and Taylor, I got Prograis, but it won't be easy. He has to get on the inside and go to Taylor's body. If Taylor keeps him on the tail end of his punches, he's going to beat Prograis because he has the speed and he has the length. But Prograis is going to have to fight on the inside and break Taylor down to the body. And you got to remember, they fighting overseas, so he has to get off to a quick start. You know, so I'm looking forward to that. That's in a couple of weeks. And Vosnik and Better Beef is one of the hardest hitting punchers in all of the sport. He has very heavy hands, man. And Vosnik is a very good boxer. You know, he's a boxer puncher. You know, he has Telly Atlas in his corner. So that's a very interesting fight. That's a fight that nobody's talking about. But I'm very interested. So, you know, hey, man, we talk about fights are not being made. Fights are being made in boxing.
They sure
they really are. They're being made, you know. So, you know, we got a plethora of fights coming.
Yep, we got the caller back online. What's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Myron calling from Detroit.
Salute to the D-Town, man.
What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Squirrel in your world, bro.
Yes, sir. Hey, look, I think the Crawford Spence is a potential gold mine. I think if they build it up the right way, it'll do pretty big numbers. Me personally, I would like to see Spence fight Danny and Manny Pacquiao and then go into the Crawford fight, and then Crawford fight Sean Porter and Keith Thurman, and then go into the Spence fight. I think if they do that, they potentially sitting on the $2 million pay-per-view fight.
Yeah, listen, that would be a good plan, but the only problem with that is Crawford, Keith Thurman ain't taking that fight. He ain't going that route. He already made that abundantly clear. That's not a route he's interested in going. But if Terrence Crawford was able to land, let's say Mikey Garcia and Keith Thurman, and Errol go ahead and fight Danny and then fight Pacquiao, sky's the limit if they both win. You know what I'm saying? But you know, Keith Thurman ain't gonna go that route. You know, it's too difficult. And then we actually, first of all, Bob Arum already made it abundantly clear. Only person he's willing to negotiate with. Do me a favor, mute yourself, bro, because I'm hearing some feedback.
Oh, okay.
You know, the only thing, Bob Arum made it abundantly clear that the only way he would negotiate with Al Heyman and the only fighter would be for Errol Spence. He said that Bob Arum comes out and he goes, "Oh, Sean Porter is a bum. You know, Danny Garcia is a bum." Like, Bob, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? So what is Pavlikouskis, the Mean Machine? What is Jeff Horn? Like, what are we talking about here, Bob? You know what I'm saying? What you think, Kurt?
Yeah, he just trying to undermine Sean Porter, man, to make, you know, anything that's successful with the PBC, you know, his rival. He just trying to undermine it. He tried to undermine the Porter and Spence pay-per-views, saying it sold 150 to 200,000. You know, so any success that they have, he's going to hate on it. He's going to discredit it or undermine it. You know, he can't sell that Crawford and Kavakakis fight, man. I mean, anything can happen in any fight, but you know, the anticipation of a massacre, and then when it happens, people gonna be like, "I told you so." So the only thing he can do, man, you know, is have Crawford fight Jose Ramirez. Watch what I tell you. What he's gonna do, he's gonna convince Ramirez to move up and fight Crawford, and if he loses, he can always drop back down and be champion at 140. Or when Josh Taylor and Regis Prograis, the winner of that fight, they gonna move up, you know, and maybe he could fight one of them, you know, until the Spence fight, which I know will be made because there's money in the fight. That fight will be made, but I'm talking about having consecutive opponents or a multitude of opponents. You know, that's not going to happen for Crawford. He's on an island by himself where Spence is not. He has opponents, and you know who's winning. So out the ring. So you know. That's Bob for you, though.
And go ahead.
And this is my last question.
Mm-hmm.
Stylistically, what do you think it would take to beat Crawford? And stylistically, what do you think it take to beat Spence?
I think Sean Porter's style beats is the style that would take to beat Terrence Crawford because it's all over the place. You know, those are the styles that gave Floyd Mayweather trouble. The first fight with Castillo. You know, the Marcos Maidana fight, because they're unorthodox, you know, they throwing punches from all over. And Sean Porter's style is similar to this, but it's a little more calculated, right? Because he's more athletic. He has better footwork, you know. So Sean Porter's approach is similar to theirs. It's a lot of pressure. But the thing is, he don't hit as hard as they do, but he's a better athlete. So he could. It's hard to stay away from him because his feet are so gifted. He's so athletically gifted that regardless of what you do, he's in your chest. You got to hit him. You gotta, hurt him to keep him off you. You know, with those dudes, you know, Floyd Mayweather showed that you could just outbox them if you choose to. You know, so I think that's the style would give Terrence Crawford. I personally believe that Sean Porter would give Terrence Crawford more problems than Errol Spence would give him. Styles make fights. You know, and you know. Terrence Crawford is going to be allowed to think when it comes to Errol Spence. He's going to have distance. You know, he could be calculated, right? It's all about, you know, him staying disciplined for 12 rounds because Errol is disciplined for 12 rounds. Now, I think that Errol Spence is too disciplined to a fault to where, you know, he goes into this high guard. he's flat-footed, and he goes into the defensive mode every time you throw a punch. So, you know, that's me personally. What you think, Kurt?
That Porter and Crawford fight is a tricky fight because I can see Porter giving Crawford problems, but Crawford has very good footwork when he uses it. Just think about the Postol fight when he had the box. He became a pure boxer in that fight. The fight wasn't the most exciting Crawford fight like the Diaz or Gamboa because he elected to mix up his attack and slug a little bit more. And people say he get hit, but he get hit because he wanted to get hit. Not want to, like, you know, hit me, not like that, but he'd take chances and you could slide a straight right hand, you know, and hit Crawford with it. But when you look at the Victor Postol fight, he was a pure boxer and he was flawless in that fight. When Postol was the boogeyman, remember Danny Garcia ducked him. But you know, Crawford can box and his footwork is immaculate. Now Sean has very underrated foot speed, man. He was spinning Spence off the ropes, or old Roberto Duran move. He has some little Henry Armstrong in there, man, a swarmer. When you have an athletic fighter, you know, who's gifted and who's strong, you know, like Henry Armstrong or Duran or young Mike Tyson or Marvin Hagler, you know, you're going to give you problems. It's going to give you problems. And Sean, and plus he poses his will on you. So that's why he gave Spence a tough fight. So I could see him having success against Bud. It'll be Bud's footwork against Sean Porter's pressure, you know, and whoever execute best, of course, is going to win. I still say Crawford, but I could see that being a tough fight, you know. So, you know, that's how I feel about it. I mean, you know.
He said, which style would it take to beat Errol Spence?
Oh, a style like Porter, or a fighter that's versatile like a Crawford, because remember, Mikey was backing up Errol Spence, you know, much to my surprise, you know, and he had a tough fight with Sean Porter, and Earl is a very good fighter, but he does make mistakes on defense, you know, like I said, he squares up a little bit, you know, when he retreats and when he's on defense. So, you know, to me, that style, Bud has the style to beat Spence, but Spence has the style to beat Bud. That's why it's a very intriguing fight.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Hey, we're gonna have to get to the next caller, my bro.
All right, y'all take it easy.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that's why the fight is so intriguing, man. That's why we want to see it. You know, because, you know, anything can happen. You know, but when we talk about the business side and the fairness of the fight, let's be honest. It's Errol Spence is the A side. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Blue Blood Sports Live with Kurt Anderson. What's up, man? It's Don Dada out the chat, bro.
What's shaking with you, bro?
What's good, my brother Don Dada? What's up?
Don Dada.
Hey, man, I've been breaking my neck trying to get off in this, man. You got the hottest show going, bro.
I appreciate you.
Thanks to both you guys, man.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
And the other thing I want to say, man, thanks for keeping, you know, this conversation mostly about boxing. You know what I mean? Because the thing I hate to see is, you know, when we're trying to tear down the other guy to build up our guy. You know what I mean? You know, now when they get to popping off at each other, or Bo and Derrick James, you know, I don't mind that because those are the participants in the fight. You know what I mean? But it's when, like with Clarissa Shields, you know, somebody else intervenes and messes up her bag. You know, that's you know, the kind of thing I don't like. But as far as the money part, right? My thing is that's their bread, and we only can watch it bake and smell it. You know what I mean? But we don't get to touch it and try to divide up the pie, though. You know, that's like when Mom was cooking the pie, man. We can't go in there and cut us a piece. You know what I mean? We got to wait for her to give us a piece. So my thing is, you know, I just want to you know, build up the fight. You know, keep boxing in a great place. And, you know, just appreciate the sport, man, because these dudes are gladiators. You know, they put their lives on the line like the Bomb Squad say all the time. And that's for real, man, because, you know, any punch, any fight, anything can be their last, you know, and they do have families. So, you know, I just want us to really, you know, try to add some respect to the game, though, you know what I mean? Because, you know, like you guys have been saying, you know, especially Kurt with the history of, you know, boxing was not always in a great place, you know what I mean? Like when I started, it was, you know, Ali and Frazier, you know what I mean? And yes, as a kid, I loved it, you know what I mean? But when I look back on it years later, I'm like, man, you know, it didn't have to be like that, you know what I mean? But it was to sell the fight. And it's a different time now. So, you know, I just, you know, love boxing. I love that, you know, both these guys are, you know, they, for the most part, you know, they keep their nose clean and they just, you know, stay professional and help their communities. And I just want to be 10 toes down with that. And, you know, and I have a favorite, you know, I'm a Crawford guy, but, you know, it's that, but I've never seen him like turn down a fade. You know what I mean? I've not seen like when the Jose Benavidez called him out, you know, he said, let's sign the paperwork. And see, my thing with what I think with EJ, where it has really popped off at, was when he was at the Porter and Garcia fight. And he said, who has he fought, right? I don't think that you can say who you fought when you don't have a fight and then go fight Mikey Garcia, you know, and then talk about taking the easy route and going to go get Pacquiao. And all these, I mean, if I think that if he would have never said who he fought and them dudes are bums, I still think that Bud would have been, you know, like him and AJ was before. But I just think once it gets a little personal, you know, I think that just turned up the temperature on Bud, and he just like, man, you know, like before when they was asking about playing a game or something like that. He said he don't want to play games with people. He want to fight. So at that point, he just want to fight. You know what I mean? All the talking, all the posturing, all the talking stuff, I think just builds up to him. And then we end up having, you know, the quote that we had, man. But I want to just thank you guys once again, man, because I know there's people just trying to get in like me. I just want to say I made it to Blue Blood Live with Kurt Anderson, and I'm happy.
Appreciate you.
I hope to be able to call back, man. Thanks, man. Keep doing great work,
man. Don't be a stranger, bro. Don't be a stranger, man. We appreciate you coming through and showing us love, man. For sure, man. We only gonna grow from here, man. You know what I'm saying? So salute to you, brother. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Blue Blood. What's good, brother? This is Marquise from Jersey.
Oh, salute. What's good with you?
Chilling, man. Listen, man. First off, you know, mad love to you. Doing your thing. LDBC holding it down.
Appreciate you.
Chilling, man.
Appreciate you. Hey, Kurt, man, you got Jersey in the building heavy, bro.
Yeah.
I know. Hey, Marquise, what part of Jersey, brother?
From Newark.
Oh, man, another brick city, brother? That's what's up, man. Newark, stand up, bro. Yeah, people don't understand Newark is a hardcore fight town, man. That's why I hone my skill through my father and through the city, man, with the boxing gyms, man. What's going on, Marquise?
Tell me, man, listen, when to hop in real fast, a lot of these dudes confused, man. Real talk. I think that Spence and both Crawford come from the same cloth. They really do. They really fight. And I think the whole business thing is messing with boxing right now. Like Crawford did an interview, I think, like on TMZ, and said like he don't care about the money. 50-50, he don't care about it. So if you don't care, take the fight and prove it. Like when Floyd for Austin, he took the small cut just to prove his worth. Like we all know that, you know, Bob Arum ain't taking no short. Bob Arum won 50-50, and that's not gonna happen right now. You got Spence with the bigger profile. He's selling more tickets. You know, he got 2 bucks right now. Like that fight ain't happening. You can't call out somebody and say you want to fight, but yet you unreasonable with negotiations. Like you don't want to fight then. I mean, like Bud out here fooling people. You want to fight, so take the small cut. Take the small cut, beat him, and then you the man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't see what's so hard to understand about that. Like Bud don't want to fight, saying he wants 50-50. That's not gonna ever happen.
Listen, that's my sentiments, right? If you want to fight, you can't say Bud can't say, "Oh man, sign the contract." Well, bro, you can't say, "Oh, this dude is asking for 60-40 because he don't believe in himself." No, he's asking for 60-40 because he believes in himself and because of what he's built. That's why he's asking for 60-40. There's a difference. And he's been in this division this entire time. He's campaigned. You're coming to his division. When Andre Ward moved up to 175, guess what? He had to succumb to Sergey Kovalev's demands. When Floyd Mayweather moved up and fought Oscar De La Hoya, he had to succumb to Oscar De La Hoya's demands. You understand?
Absolutely.
When Juan Marquez moved up and fought Floyd Mayweather made the demands. Terrence Crawford moved up to welterweight division. The WBO pushes you to the front of the line. If you already hold their belt in a lower weight class, he held the belt in the 140-pound division. He jumped the front of the line when he got to welterweight, went directly into a fight with Jeff Horn for the WBO title, in a fight where most of the people, 99.9% of the people, now you probably get 1% of the people that thought Jeff Horn won that fight against Pacquiao. I'm not one of them, and I don't know too many people that are. But Manny Pacquiao won that fight. Jeff Horn was gifted the decision. This is who Terrence Crawford beat for the belt. It's just like we say with Anthony Joshua beating Charles Martin, right? He didn't beat a serious contender for that belt. And then he fought Jose Benavidez. Only hardcore boxing fans know who Jose Benavidez is. And I don't know, did Jose Benavidez even fight after that? I can't even remember. And then he fought a washed-up Amir Khan, right? That nobody wanted to see this fight. It was just a name. Amir Khan was a name because we was tired of seeing Terrence Crawford in there with nobodies. And we fooled ourselves as boxing fans, as we do all the time, saying Amir Khan might have a chance because of his hand speed. We all knew Amir Khan was far past his prime and was going to get dog walked, and he was on his way to doing that, and he pulled the Okie-Do. Now you're going to fight Kavakuskas, the Mean Machine, and nobody knows who he is. Errol Spence has fought Mikey Garcia, even though I know my brother, the last call of my brother, Myron Denard, he said that he called out, asked Terrence Crawford, who do you fight? And then he went and fought Mikey Garcia. Well, that's not the case. The fact is this. He was looking to fight Sean Porter. The powers that be switched it up on Errol Spence and said, listen, what about a Mikey Garcia fight? And he accepted the fight, right? And then he went into Sean Porter. He went to the UK and took Kell Brook's belt, right? And he's doing all of this. All of these accomplishments Errol Spence does is in the welterweight division. So you come into his division, you come into his house. If he tell you got to take your shoes off before you step in the door, then you got to take your shoes off before you step in the door because it's his house. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when Errol Spence is saying, listen, and then when you compare the pay-per-view numbers, see, the thing is with Terrence Crawford is that the world looked at and considered Terrence Crawford the #1 pound-for-pound fight in the world when Andre Ward retired. And that's what Terrence Crawford is going off of, period. And so he's and the fact that he became undisputed at junior welterweight. You did that at junior welterweight. You didn't do anything in Errol Spence's mind to be the A side. And Errol Spence, rightfully so, he built this. He's been calling out this before Terrence Crawford. People, we have to admit this. We have to be honest. Errol Spence has been calling out Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, all these dudes before Manny Pacquiao, before Terrence Crawford got there.
Right.
So this is before he got there. So now all of a sudden he's supposed to do a bow face when he got these dudes on the platter for him? No. Am I wrong, Kurt?
Not at all, man. Hey, listen. To me, Errol Spence's resume is not that bad. I mean, he tried to fight these guys. They was like, oh, he's not a champion. He doesn't have anything. He doesn't bring anything to the table. And then when he beat Kell Brook, they all scatter like roaches. Now he's trying to go through everybody. And now he's going to fight Danny Garcia. So after that, there's only Keith Thurman left. You know, he beat Sean Porter already. You know, he beat Kell Brook. He took care of Mikey Garcia, who's calling him out. If he didn't take the Mikey Garcia fight, people would have been saying, oh, Earl ducked him. So he got him, he dusted him off real quick. I mean, come on, man. Lamont Peterson, Mikey Garcia, Kell Brook, Sean Porter, now it's going to be Danny Garcia. So, you know, Mikey Garcia. So now it's like, you know, hey, Earl's showing you he wants to fight the best. He's doing all the heavy lifting. And even though I'm a Crawford fan, but I take my hat off to Earl Spence, man, because, you know, he deserved the money he's getting with that new white Ferrari he got. He deserves it. He's getting. Let me tell you why they like Earl. They love Earl because that Porter fight was going to be on Fox. Earl went to Al Haymon and said, no. I want back-end money. I deserve to have a fight on pay-per-view. And Al said, okay, you're right. We're going to put the fight on pay-per-view. And it became a success. So Earl seen the value in himself, man. He gambled and he won. So he's doing the heavy lifting. Rock Crawford is over there, shipwreck on the island. And Spence is waving to him saying, bon voyage.
And another thing is, the difference is, I know a lot of people compare this to Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. It's totally different. I'm going to tell you why. Anthony Joshua avoided Deontay Wilder because the in-ring skill set. His team, Joshua's team, knew that, listen, it's a strong possibility that he's going to get smoked and smoked early. It was a high risk. And so they avoided him by any means necessary. And on top of it, the heavyweight division is nowhere to go. You don't go down, you don't go up. You're there. It's a small, knit, tight community. And with in the welterweight division, Errol Spence has options and legit options. So Terrence Crawford, when he says 60-40, let's do it, let's dance. If he offer you 60-40, you're the one that's not trying to make the fight because you haven't done anything to garner earning more than that outside of us saying your skill set. But guess what? This is called prize fighting. So they're going to negotiate outside of the ring.
Hey, Flo, can I add something, man? Listen, I totally agree with you. I feel like in the ring, like I think I don't see Brad saying no. I don't see him turning it down. I truly believe it has to be Bob Arum. I think about it, like he offered Danny Garcia $3 million. He just went on the interview last week with barbershop conversations. He said he offered Danny Garcia $3 million. But he paid kind of like $7 million, and it flopped. Like Danny Garcia versus Crawford was more than 125. Like it's Bob Arum holding that fight back. He knows that Crawford has no legs right now. He got only one belt versus two. Nobody can fight, and he don't sell. Like Crawford don't sell nothing. So how do you demand 50-50? Like that's Bob Arum. I think Crawford is in a position where he's a pawn. He can't really say anything else. Like he's not selling. Like you got to take your 40%.
Right.
And if you that good, take your 40%, beat Earl Spence, and then you demand that. Now you're the cash cow. Take one fight that's less than what you want. Suck it up, put your pride to the side, take a little short of the money, get the win, and now you're the champ for a rematch. You get all the bread and moving forward. Like, I don't get that. But I truly believe that has to be Bob Arum saying, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing it. Come on. Like, he ain't trying to fight Porter in the meantime. Bob Arum said no to Porter. He said no to everyone but Spence. Like, come on, like, at least raise Bud's profile by having to fight Porter or other guys in the division. Like, offer them some decent bread, like you offered the Khan, give $5 million for a fight right now. Porter has no other option. Like, dudes don't want to fight him right now because he's too high of a risk. And he just lost, like, all the major guys in the division besides Danny Garcia. So, fight Porter right now, fight with $3 million to take that. He'll raise Bud Crawford's profile in the meantime.
Right. Like, now, look at the Sean Porter. Look at the Sean Porter Errol Spence fight. Bob M turned right around and says he's Sean Porter still not worth the money. What are we talking about here? And then he offers Danny Garcia, who knocked out Amir Khan, $3 million and gives Amir Khan $7 and $8 million. And then if Terrence Crawford can say, "Well, I blame my promoter," well, that's where it starts. If I'm blaming, you can't blame nobody else. If your promoter is the problem, then how could anybody else be the problem? No, your promoter's the problem because he ain't trying to negotiate properly. Period. Hey, we got to get to the next caller, though. I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, man. I love you, bro.
Appreciate it. I love you, too, man. Peace.
Salute.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
What it do, Blue? This is Kenny Hardaway from Memphis, Tennessee.
What's shaking with you, bro? Tennessee building.
What it do, man? What's going on? I'm here. How you doing, Mr. Curry Anderson? My bad, man. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on with you, fam?
What's good? See, my view on this whole Spence Crawford situation is kind of like yours, Kirk, but I'm on the other side of the fence. I'm a Spence fan, but I understand right now Crawford is an A+ fighter, right? Spence is an A fighter, but Spence selling power is like an A plus, and Crawford selling power is like a C plus. So I feel you saying like it can't be built up anymore, but then again, if you throw Spence in there with a Pacquiao, a Sean Porter, a Danny Garcia, or something like that, I feel like it's still more that can be done on his side to get a casual fans, you know, the tune in, like the automatic tune in. You know what I mean?
That's on you,
well,
Kurt.
Okay. Well, I feel like this. Crawford, I call Crawford the reluctant superstar because he just don't want to be a star like Errol Spence. You see how Errol Spence puts himself in a position to be a star? He keeps winning, and like I said before, the Dallas Cowboys and the state of Texas. Bud doesn't come from a hotbed of boxing. He's from Omaha, Nebraska, whereas Spence is from Texas. There's a big, big difference, you know. And if Pacquiao said, "Okay, I want to fight Spence," you know how big of a fight that is. It's like Leonard and Pryor situation where Pryor got bad advice from his manager. He had the Sugar Ray Leonard fight. He asked for $500,000, then he asked for $750,000. He wanted $1 million. So the Leonard camp said, "We'll give you $750,000," and his manager said, "Don't take it." So the fight never happened. And Leonard had opponents. He had Hearns, he had Durant, he had Hagler. So he wasn't hurting. So it's the same way with Spence and Crawford, where Spence has opponents. Danny Garcia, that fight will be big. Put in the Barclays Center. You know, Pacquiao, if he takes the fight, will be big. Thurman, if he takes the fight, will be big. A rematch with Sean Porter is big. See, that's like 4 different fighters.
Right.
You know, so no matter who Spence fights, it's a big fight now. You know, so exactly. Crawford doesn't have that luxury. He doesn't have it. The only thing they can do is put him in Omaha, Nebraska. You know, they say that Carver Carcass fight is going to be in New York, but you put him in Nebraska because you don't have a choice.
Right. I feel like it's kind of like take Spence and Crawford fight, right? If Crawford win, then it's a real big deal. You know what I'm saying? You know, Spence got like, you know, the public is. But if Spence win, shit, it's almost like he could retire because, you know, he don't get any bigger at that, you know, weight class than a Crawford for Spence. I feel like it's only a big deal if Spence loses the fight. At this point right now, it's kind of like what I was saying.
Yeah. Hey, we got to get to the next caller though, bro. So we got to get out of here.
Okay.
All right, appreciate you.
Okay, appreciate that, man.
Salute.
Yeah, man. That's the thing, man. You know, too many people are missing the fact that, you know, Errol Spence is just a big draw. Period.
He did everything right, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. We're gonna take this last call, Kurt.
Yes, sir.
He did everything right, man, up until this point, man. And you know, listen, he deserves. He put himself in a position to say, "I'm the draw. I'm the big side," especially in a mega fight. No, Terrence, you gotta blame your team for that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Please leave your message for.
I was trying to call it legendary, man. I was trying to hit you back, bro.
08780.
Hey, legendary, I was trying to hit you back so we could bring you on, bro. Call back in. You say 337, right? So you know, that's at the end of the day, man. We're bringing. What's your name? Where you calling from?
The shooting the third. What's happening? Blew it up, Kirk.
What's shaking with you?
What's good? What's good? Salute to you, bro.
Salute, man. Shit, I just want to jump on what y'all saying, and Bud could, Bud, he could alleviate all this shit if he come function with his people. You know, you trying to go to the big name stores, and they fucking talking bad about you, all that good shit when you fighting and all that shit.
And my God, we gotta, you know, the language.
Oh, okay, my bad, my bad.
It's all good. It's all good.
But if he come function, you know, with us, he ain't gotta be just, you know, with the L. You know, just come function with your people, man. And you gonna get that star power because that's what Earl did.
Right.
That's what Sean did.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Kenny did. Motherfuckers, or my bad, people like Bomac more than they like Bud because Bomac come around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great point,
man. Let y'all cook on that.
Appreciate you. That's another great point, man. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence is accessible. He locked in with the people, man. You know what I'm saying? And again, I can't stress this enough. This is not a knock against Terrence Crawford's skill set. Again, me and Kirk both picked Terrence Crawford to beat Errol Spence. We both think he's going to be successful and victorious in the fight. It's going to be a very, very close fight, but we both think that he has the necessary tools to make the necessary adjustments to what it takes to defeat Errol Spence. You know, but you know, at the end of the day, man, he like the last call Ramsey Sutton just said, man, he's locked in with the people. Errol Spence with Terrence Crawford, you know, like you said, he's shopping at the big stores. He don't want to show us the little stores that's showing him love. He don't want to lock in with them. He want to lock in with the big ones. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Bo One coming from the Mappy City once again.
Salute to my brother Bo One. What's good?
Salute, Bo One.
Just got off work, man. I had to get in where I fit in, where I had a chance. Hey, salute to you, Kirk and Blue.
Appreciate you.
Okay, man. Hey, you know, man, I've been watching Bud for a while, man. He's been my favorite fighter for a minute. As I'm listening over the last, and I guess you say what year or so, man. Y'all right, man. Man, Spence got all kind of options, man. He's been fighting all of the top talent at 147. But man, the resume at 147, you got Horn, Khan, you know, the one that, you know, Benavidez or whatever. And it's clear, man. It's clear. I support every last one of these cats. When they meet in the ring, for me, it's just like, you know, I get overzealous. I love it because I'm watching what I want to watch. That's when we get them in the ring. Porter and Spence, hey, man, you can't, you know, it can get better, but for what we had, it was a beautiful thing. Like, it's going to get better. But, man, he's, man, like he said, he's sitting on that island, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to support him, but he's going to have to make a different move, man. You got to accept what this stuff is right now. 60-40, you're going to have to take the 40.
And let me give you an example, right? I'm going to give you an example. And Curve, you tell me if I'm right or wrong. I'll give you an example, right? If you walk into buying a Lamborghini, a sports car, right? You're looking to buy a sports car, right? You walk into a shop and there's one sports car there. And it might be the fastest sports car in the world, right? It could be a McLaren, right? Let's say it's a McLaren. And the guy is just unwilling to come down on the price, right? You're asking the dude, listen, I want this car, and he's telling you $1.1 million, right? And he knows you got the money, and he knows you want this car, but he's just unwilling to waver on the price, right? But then you could go to another sports cars, another dealership right across the street that sells sports cars. Now, you might not get the McLaren, but they got all types of other. They got Bugattis in there. They got Lamborghinis in there, and their prices are on par with what you want to spend, right? So, hey, listen, I'm still walking away with a sports car. Now, you listen, I don't have to spend this money, right? Because I've still got options. I'm still going to get a beautiful car, right? Now, you on the other hand, don't have options, right? There's nobody else coming into your store. You're not getting any other customers. I haven't seen one customer come in your store that's serious about buying this car. But you know, I have what it takes to buy this car. Now, I'm asking you, I want to negotiate, and I'm telling you, listen, I'll give you this, and you give me the car. Or you keep the car and just sit on it. Because I'm going to go across the street and buy 2 other sports cars. Now, what you going to do? Ain't nobody else coming in here worth buying that car. So you're going to have to keep dealing with me, or you're going to sit on the car. But you're saying that you really need to get off this car. Am I right, Kurt?
Yeah, absolutely. Common sense. Absolutely.
Hey,
That's just real talk, man. That's just real talk. I hate to say it like this. You could probably word it different, but at a certain point, bud, you're going to have to, you know, I ain't going to say bow down. But you're going to have to make some concessions, bro. And I think pride is kind of, he's got a little bit of pride in there that you don't want to have to swallow. But in order to, you know what I'm saying, do what you need to do in this boxing game, bro. You're going to have to, man, to make that fight. He's going to have to. Man, he's over there fooling with Bob Arum. I'm not going to dog walk Bob, but I'm sorry. You know, he ain't, the man is, I just don't feel like the man is about to right most of the time so far as getting these fights together and stuff.
Yeah, so, Bob just don't listen. The thing is this, man. How could we believe Bob Arum? Bob Arum, you have a welterweight that you, first of all, Bob Arum is quick to say this, right? When he's standing with Vasyl Lomachenko, you know, he's the greatest fighter I've ever seen since Muhammad Ali. This is what he tells us. Yeah. And then he goes sit down here. The greatest fighter in the world right now is Terrence Crawford. But then, okay, so you saying the best fighter in the world is your fighter who's a welterweight. But then you Bob Arum, let Bob Arum tell us, he'll tell us that Terrence, that Sean Porter and Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman aren't good fighters. So, but you're going to put him in the ring with Amir Khan and pay Amir Khan more than you pay Danny Garcia. You'll put him in the ring with Kavakuskas, but you won't put him in the ring with Sean Porter. Now you're going to tell me those dudes are better fighters than Sean Porter and Danny Garcia? Like, it's just ridiculous at this point. It's ridiculous. Hey, but we got to get up out of here, man, because we went a little bit past our time, man. Call in tomorrow, man. We'll continue this conversation. We appreciate you calling in, my brother.
Hey, no doubt. Hey, man. Hey, I love you, brothers, man. Keep doing what y'all doing.
Much love, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, peace, Blue and Kurt.
Peace, brother.
Peace, brother.
Hey, Kurt, man, it seems like we never have enough time, bro.
Man, we can go to 10 o'clock and not have enough time, man. It's just a great format of a show, man. You know, people are involved and, you know, they got questions they want answered, man. And we talk, we go back and forth, man. It's the platform that we on, man. And we love this boxing stuff, man. It's incredible.
Man, it's like we're gonna have to limit the caller time, man, so we had 26 calls still right now. Kurt?
Oh man.
26 calls, man. 26.
Crazy.
Man. You know, everybody trying to get through, man. And we appreciate y'all, man. We try to get to each and every caller. I try to answer numbers that I haven't seen so we can get new callers in. You know, we appreciate y'all, man. Listen, we're gonna have to put a time limit on it, on the call time, so that way we try to at least squeeze in 90% of the calls, because at this point in time, we're just not able to get to all the calls. So we apologize to anybody that tried to call in and can't call in, man. Tomorrow we'll be back on, man. And we're going to go on Saturday because I wasn't able to go yesterday, Tuesday, and Monday. So we're going to go on Saturday. And again, subscribe to the channel. Next week, I will be doing the show live from Deontay Wilder's camp, from Deontay Wilder's gym. I will be with him every day next week. So we will be doing the show there. Hopefully, I'm hoping the internet and everything works to allow us to do so. You know, but that's most likely going to be the case. You know, we're going to be at Deontay Wilder's camp, man, and we're going to have some more special guests on, man. I was going to have some special guests on today, but you know, I wanted me and Kurt to break the ice and get back on because we haven't been on for 4 days already, you know, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So I just wanted us to break the ice, get back in the groove. Most likely tomorrow we'll have some special guests on. So we appreciate y'all. Kurt, you want to close this out, bro?
Oh, yeah, man. Another great show, man. We don't have enough time, man, but I want to thank the chat and the callers, man. You guys are patient, man. Too bad we can't get to each and every one of you. You know, so we're going to have to start limiting the time, like my brother Blue said, man. And we thank you for the questions, man. And, hey, man, the show was great. Thanks to you guys, man. I give you guys all the credit. You know, my brother Blue does a great job, man. I'm just a fly in the ointment. I love the show, man. We love boxing, man. We keep boxing alive. The LDBC has monopolized boxing on YouTube. and it's all gravy, as they used to say, man. And salute to everybody and peace to everybody.
Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow us on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, or one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all we got for y'all. Peace.
Peace.